Here I have the Curve laptop stand by 12 South in a space gray finish. And basically what this is a stand for your laptop. So you can put it at an angle on your desk and you can set it up next to your monitor, as you see back here, where you can have a dual display setup where your monitor and your laptop are kind of at the same eye level. So it's more ergonomic. It lets you see both of your devices at the same time, at the same angle, more or less. And you can also use it in clamshell mode if you want, if you don't want to keep your laptop screen open. But for someone like me, my desktop has not that great of a resolution, my monitor, you can see here. So this is the HP 23-inch monitor that I made a video about a while ago, and it's only 1080p. And right now I keep my laptop on the side here, and what I basically want to do is move it onto the desk, and that's going to involve moving a lot of the stuff I have on my desk right now off. So in order to do that, let's go ahead and get into this laptop stand to kind of change my setup a little bit so I can have both my monitors working, because the display on my MacBook is definitely much clearer with that Retina display than the 1080p monitor I'm using right now from HP, which was only like $120 when I got it. So once we go ahead and open the box, you can see that you're greeted with this really bright orange packaging where it says Curve on the back. And then here is the stand wrapped around in this black kind of plasticky packaging, and then the 12 South logo with the word thank you. And then here's a little booklet they gave you, which was really nicely packaged into the box, but we can just go ahead and set that aside for now. And let's go ahead and take off this black packaging around the stand and take a look. I took off the packaging. Here is the stand. You can see it's very solid construction. It feels really nice. All right, so you can see that I put my stand here on the left with the laptop, and then I moved my display to the right here. And then everything that was on the desk before, I moved to my dresser over here. So my headphone stand, my little pen, the charging stayed the same. And then I had a lamp, and I just moved the lamp over there on my nightstand. So I do kind of miss having a lamp on my desk, but it's not a huge deal. I get usually enough light anyway from the ceiling or from this window outside. So it's not a huge deal, but that is probably the thing that I miss the most. Now I had to angle my display a little bit. I thought it'd be a little bit easier to look at because the laptop stand is also angled and my desk isn't super long, or I mean wide. So I couldn't have them both just like facing you straight on, head on. I think it had to be at an angle in order to look at both displays at the same time. And then for cable management, I think I did a pretty good job. So I hid the cables a little bit back there. You can see that I kind of tied them with some Velcro cable ties here, and I had this red organizer from the Container Store, which you can basically wrap cords around. So that's basically the only visible thing sticking out from here. Of course, you have the charging and the HDMI cable are going to stick out a little bit, but then when you look on the bottom, I hid most of the cables, I think. So the charger for my Mac, I hid along the side here. I put this little adhesive cable holder, which you can basically put the cable on if I need to take my Mac off. And then for the monitor, I had to basically stick the power brick here with some Velcro on both sides, so that sticks pretty well. And then I hid the cables with these Velcro cable strips again. So overall, I really enjoy the book arc. I think it makes a great addition to the setup, mainly because now I can actually look at the clear Retina display when I need to, and I can use the trackpad when I need to, like when I'm working on Illustrator. Using a trackpad is more efficient, so I could bring out my mouse again, which I prefer over a trackpad. It is just a magic mouse. It's not the greatest mouse in the world, but to me, it's more comfortable to use a mouse than to be using my fingers and pinching all the time with a trackpad. And now I get two displays, which isn't something I really necessarily needed to have, but again, it does make it a little bit easier to work on all sorts of things, and you also get to look at the display. This display on my Mac is much better at higher resolution than this 1080p display that I have here. So that helps a lot too. And plus now I really do enjoy having two monitors to look at, because it can be very useful when you're trying to look at one thing, especially when you're studying. You have one thing pulled up and then you can type the important information on the other side. So it's really easy to use. So that is it. That's how I'm using the 12 South Curve laptop stand in my setup, and I highly recommend it. It was about 39 bucks, so it's kind of pricey, but it was really nice looking and it works great. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one.